Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos.
There are so many people you speak to, and they go, no, I call about 40 runs a day, or I try and call the books every other week, or I try and...
Or people get to 28 and then stop going out in the bike. Yeah.
Like I was calling the book up until the day before my last appearance.
Yeah. I think it gets in our skin. You have to just keep doing it.
If you don't, you feel guilty, don't you?
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're...
But you also might go to pieces. That fluency is there. You have no idea what's going to happen. When I finished, I could not stand hearing anybody call Blue Book runs. It made me want to vomit.
Yeah.
Didn't want to hear it.
It never bothered me.
No, but Dave, you're a different calorie, aren't you? Different calorie of a man.
Well, I've got a lot of calories.
It's mad how sort of quickly it goes, though. Now you stop calling them. I don't think I could call any runs now.
No, you'd be surprised how quickly you can learn them.
Yeah.
So, and I try and do this with students. I did one yesterday. We did a run from somewhere, and I tried to show the student how working quickly is more important than working thoughtfully. And I had the run. It was a point-to-point run. And I thought, oh, God, I've got to put my brain again. I can't. What does it do? I think you should do this. Okay, we looked at it quickly. We rubbed it off. I sat back. And within 2 seconds, I could fly through that run. Bang, 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 bang. And then I knew 5 seconds after that, I now know that run. That will stay with me and be maintained. So very often, one of the things I do point out to people, that overthinking.
Yeah.
You know, throw down a bad route. Learn from it.
Yeah. I had a bloke after the finals. I went outside. I was talking to Luke, and he was out there. He'd said his finals as well. And he'd waited about the same time. Me, a bit longer, actually. He waited about a week longer. And he goes, yeah, been so long without doing anything. I started calling me Blue Books again the other week. He's back to calling the Blue Books.
Is he driving?
No, he's going to get his badge on Friday.
Oh, he started calling his Blue Books before the thing.
Yeah, he was worried that he was going to start going, so he started calling his Blue Books again.
One of the things also we need to point out is when we do the knowledge, we're not training to be taxi drivers. It's a real misnomer. You're training to do the knowledge, and students think like if I'm out there more, because being out there, we do need to get our points wrapped up, but out there more is less important than here more on the table, doing your point-to-point, practicing the questions. And I say that what you're training to be is a person who sits in a chair and answers questions. That's who you are training to be. And if you pass that training, they let you become a taxi driver, and you already knew how to be a taxi driver because you got all that experience. But you can only learn that by being out there driving a cab. You ain't going to learn it at no table.
3 months, 6 months, 9 months in a year.
Yeah.
That's your first year. You that's what I say to everyone. I used to private hire when I was doing it. I say just for 3 months concentrate on driving and having no crashes and no nothing, and you know what I mean, make sure you're going the best way you can. Don't worry about the money will come, because next time you go back to the same place, same streets, it's now familiar, and you can do it second nature then by 3 months. So 3 months, 6 months, and there's a perfect example was John Webster.
Yeah,
he's now saying that, he bought a brand new cab, John. And within the first 3-4 weeks, he went back to the dealership to sell it back to him because he hated it. And I had to talk to him to say to him, look, you need to stick for 3 months. Don't look at the money. Don't be listening to what anyone else is saying about money. You know what I mean? Just go out there and be safe, and it will come. And now he's telling people 3 months, 6 months, 5 months a year.
Yeah, as if he knew it. I knew it all along.
Yes, while leaning on the cab in the sunshine at the Sarah Hotel.
Dave, two great guests, Ross and Jack. Wonderful that you came along, and really great that I think people will be really inspired by your stories, and that's really what it is. But there is one thing to your stories that I might want to add. It's about the way that we discipline ourselves and we get on with it, and there are very, very different grades, and nearly every time I get someone who's got trouble on the knowledge and you ask them a few questions, I usually ask them Thornhill Square to Queen Square, and if they can't hit that out of the park completely, you know straight away that they're already into a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, but that is true though. After 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, I would say to you, just don't worry about it. Don't
the first
worry,
3 months,
just concentrate.
Don't crash.
Yeah, don't crash, don't hurt no one, don't do nothing, don't get nicked, keep the PCNs down.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed how often someone will say a street or a square, and you go, yeah, no problem, jump in, and you think, oh, fuck is that?
Yeah, oh, you'll know the name, but you won't.
Yeah, you've heard it, but you don't know where it is.
Have you dropped anything?
Oh yeah,
loads.
Yeah, loads. Yeah.
What was the biggest thing that you dropped that you thought, oh?
I think the worst one I had, and I felt embarrassed after, but no one knew. I was going around Pall Mall Circus, and I think I didn't have a job for about half hour, so I was sort of zoned out by that point. Someone put their hand out, And he said, the Strand Palace, please, mate. I went, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And I had to go around Pall Mall Circus to work out how to get to the Strand.
That's because you'd lost bearings of where you are, not that you didn't know it. And that can happen often, can't it? You're going along somewhere like Oxford Street and you're looking at the people and everything else, and you're not paying attention to what street you've just gone by or what's the next one.
Yeah. That's
or what
the worst
you can
road.
do. You can end up doing U-turns and 3-point turns backwards and forwards because you get your bearings or something. Because that's why I often, when I go to somewhere like Oxford Street, pay attention to the
where you are.
So you know your next right or left to get out of it if someone puts their hand out.
What have you dropped, Dave?
Well, I say I dropped. I had one day. This is the obvious one. Where was Charing Cross Road? 2 Americans got in and went Flood Street. I went, oh, which Flood Street do you mean? Oh, which Flood do you want? Do you want the one at Blackfriars? And they went, no, the one down at King's Road. I went, oh, yeah, because on the left. So, yeah, that's an old trick, though. I used to say Greenwich all the time. I say, you mean the one in Greenwich? They go, no, not the one in Greenwich, mate. The one in Kensington High Street. Oh, God, yeah, that's it. And I'll still do that now, even though
it's a good. That's part of the tips that we're going to be using on Sunday, I imagine, to use that one.
Yeah, you've got to say things like that to get narrow it down. Otherwise, your brain's searching everywhere, and you've got a name that's familiar to you. You know it, but can you put it where it is?
No, it's like word blindness. It's the same when you think about spelling a word. Sometimes a word that you spell every day, and suddenly there's a word blindness to the fact that that's not right. We all have that moment.
Yeah.
But so Flood Street, Dave, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. That's the one I was going. I kept thinking river. I'm going river. Must be near the river. It's only when they said down the King's Road. I went, oh, you silly son.
Yeah. But then it is weird. I think you might have said it in a podcast before. How you kind of have this instinct to sort of know what way to head. Even if you don't know it, you sort of turn around and think it's got to be that way.
Yeah. Well, even if you can get it out of them that the area it's in, and you still can't pull exactly where it is. If you're heading in the right, you can look it up, can't you? And then you go, oh, silly. And I think of course I know it.
Especially with the knowledge and the Google, you're like you can't. I mean.
I use Google as a map open. Yeah. We were talking about that, weren't we? You have it open like as a traffic page, or Waze as well. Any of those that's got traffic on it, because you won't know where the traffic is, or you may not have been to that part of London for that day, and there may be cones set up, and the other streets near it are empty that you could have used.
Yeah.
I'm no good at that. My wife is better at that than me. So whenever we're travelling, she's got the phone and she's reading the traffic and everything else. I am literally of the generation that didn't have that and hasn't got into it, and I need to catch up.
You just drive straight into it, get caught out.
Yeah.
I don't know how the cabbies done it back in the day without Google. That must have been.
You just got stuck.
That must have been tough. Yeah.
Your time, isn't it?
Yeah, you know it is. But
map book on your lap.
Map book on your lap. You'd have to flick through. So I can vaguely remember getting someone on a commercial road, and I'm kind of facing Rotherhithe Tunnel, and I'm drifting towards there. But I know that they've said the name of the road, and I can't remember the exact details. But I know that I kind of know the road, and I know that I kind of think it must be near Haverstock Hill kind of thing. So you're thinking through, thinking, I've got a long way to go, but you've got to find the page, which you used to find quickly. And then I don't actually know what I'm looking for. I'm looking at the area of Haverstock Hill because I think it's somewhere near, and then you'd spot the road that you're trying to go to because it's all on your periphery. And you get very skillful at one-handed map book reading and looking at lights. You pray for the lights to be red so you can get a moment to get it on the right page. And you've got luxury now, you guys.
That's what I mean. Do you think they were better drivers back then? Like, as in knowledge-wise?
I think maybe knowledge-wise for longer, but now I wouldn't know it for the fact of after 5 years of driving with your Google Waze, would you, and 5 years of not driving with it, you're probably going to be a better skillful driver with the not it.
Because you get a bit lazy.
I think only if you follow it. So if you follow that as a route, like I said, then you become blinkered.
We know a lot of people who would though.
But if you just have the map open so you can see the deep purple or green that it's empty or whatever, then you're constantly looking at a map.
That's super useful.
Sometimes you can just type it in and the map, like the route will come up, but you can just like look at the shape of the route and think, that wants me to go that way.
Yeah, but
you haven't got to follow it road for road.
I don't very often put in for a route. I would just use it as a map that you can touch with. You can go like, well, where's the traffic? At the moment, it's everywhere, but the traffic. But there are days and times of days and evenings, aren't there, late in the evening, and we're talking about people going home, cab drivers going home. I don't know how far you live out, but if you lived out near the M25 and you're going to go out, say, the M4, and you go out, if there's roadworks out there and you don't know about it, you'll drive straight into it. Well, you could have gone out to 40, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And that's the same all the way around London, isn't it?
Yeah,
A2, the
end of
A20,
the day.
the A13, the A12 or whatever.
I
get
do it every night before I leave. Type it in A13 because they're always putting cones out or something.
Yeah, just tap in
That's
home.
about half nine.
Just to see which
Jack's
way it
scared
takes
in
you.
the dark.
Yeah.
Don't go
Half
out
nine,
after
is
10
it?
I'm
o'clock.
like Cinderella. Can't be out past
Yeah,
midnight.
he hasn't found the headlight
It's got
switch. Has he?
phobia, rate 3.
Yeah.
I was on a couple, no? Done a couple of rate threes now.
What was your first job?
London Wall to the International Maritime Organisation,
Yeah.
and it went bad because she first of all she was at a bus stop. She put her hand out. I thought, did she want me? But she didn't. And then she said she said IMO.
Yeah.
I went IMO. I said, she went, yeah, it's on the embankment. I was like, what's that, a restaurant or something? And I was typing it in. She went, no, International Maritime Organisation. I went, oh yeah, Albert Embankment. Yeah, that was all right.
Did you do it for nothing?
Yeah, gave it away.
Fair play.
Yeah. You've got to do that one as well now, Ross.
Yeah.
And I think.
How about, we say that. How about if you're, just say, for instance, I'll make it up, you're going, Limehouse, someone puts a hand out, Heathrow. You're going to give that away for nothing?
Second one, maybe.
No, there's a lot of people that have done that second one.
Yeah, I think
taken
you'd
off
have to. I think, it wouldn't be fair, would it?
I would say to them, look, you've got a choice. You can have the fare for free, or I donate the fare to Great Ormond Street. There's a choice. And then when they go away, you think, was it the first fare or the second fare I was going to donate?
Yeah, I mean, you can't have something, donating 10 as another donating 100 quid, can you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a funny tradition. I don't think there's any repercussions if you didn't do it.
Was it for luck, innit?
I'm not sure where it comes from.
15 quid, I think, Mo.
Who?
15 quid. I was all right. I'll give that one away.
Yeah. But what's the tradition?
He was insistent, though. Middle Eastern guy. He was going, why? I said, well, he was going, why? But why? But why? I thought, I'm going to have to take the money in a minute. Thankfully, he took it. But yeah,
why?
He thought there was something suspicious going on.
Well, it might have been, yeah. It might have been.
I've heard someone said to me they had their first job at, whatever, say it was a 10 or whatever, and they've explained the situation, and the bloke's got out and he's like, I really appreciate it, good luck in the future, this, that and the other, and thanks for doing the job for nothing, but there's a £10 tip.
Yeah.
Then what'd you do?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You don't stand there and argue the toss over it.
No, I'm saying, what'd you do? Did you donate that £10?
It's up to you.
It's up to you. It's a personal choice, isn't it?
I think generally you're going to donate a lot over the years. You are going to put your effort into many of the trips that the trade does, or you might think to yourself, you become a little bit more charitable with things that you'll give into. I don't like giving to street boxes and stuff like that, but you'll pull up at Great Ormond Street with a fare, and the doors are just there. You could run in quickly and just chuck a tenner into the box and then run out again, and you just...
You do give away jobs as well.
Give away loads of jobs.
Not big ones or anything like that. But yeah, small jobs. If you see someone struggling, if they're on crutches, they're going to hospital or something. Or I've had like babies, emergencies, babies going to pharmacies and things like that. There's no charges there. There's no charge for it.
No, you can't.
No.
If you're any
anything
sort of
like that.
human,
It's
you
just
can't
like,
do that.
there's no charge for any of that, is there?
You had many
What's that?
people that ain't paid?
No. No.
Too scared of you, Dave. They know South
I
London
wouldn't be able to
face.
catch them anyway, wouldn't I? As old as I am. Unless they was older than me.
That's the question that everyone asks, isn't it? When you say, how many people did you get? Do people run away? Did you get this? Did you get that?
We're doing a podcast on Sunday where we're going to talk about tips and tricks for it.
The last one I didn't take, his opening line to me was, I've got money. I went, see ya, and drove off.
Hang on, mate.
Yeah. Who says that? Who would think of saying that other than it's going to be, we've got to pick it up though, or whatever, I've got to go, yeah, right, tell her.
Yeah. And then the other one is the bag, or they always have something with them that pretends to be valuable that they're going to leave in the cab. So the classic I've heard is the guy had a wooden crate of champagne in the grass straw. It's got with the rope handles. So gets in somewhere around Pall Mall and chucks it in the back of the cab, and then he starts doing jobs. I've got a few jobs to do, mate. We need to go here, and he runs around everywhere. And on the last job, he don't come back, but the crate's in the back. But you've trusted him the whole way because the crate was there, and the crate's empty. It's just a wooden box. There's nothing in it. So it's a real leaving something behind in the cab is no guarantee of anything.
Did you get many mates call you up?
What for, mates rates or?
Yeah. Drop me home, Dave.
I don't know about drop you home. Yeah, I don't know. I always say no, get a cab, so I'm not.
One of my old man's mates, he he said he was out, and a few of like my mates were out, and they've seen him, and they've gone mad, didn't they? Like off the off chance they've seen him. Oh, it's a lift home. He said, yeah, all right. He said, do me a favour. I've had 2 people. They tell me my brake light's out. Can you just? I'll put my foot on the brake, see if it's out. They've gone, yeah, all right. They've gone to the back. Yeah. Looked in the mirror. That's down there like.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
dear.
yeah, you get asked there. You'll get asked at airports from family and friends, won't you?
Yeah, of course.
That's
But that's just like asking someone in the family who drives a car to take you to the airport.
yeah. But if you were going to go to work, I mean,
If you were going to go work, it does get
you're doing
annoying.
a free one to Gatwick. You're coming in from Gatwick. It ain't no fun coming in from Gatwick.
Yeah. Yeah, and the family gets more and more distant, doesn't it? It's like the great auntie is phoning up because you'll get the thingy to take me to airport. He's like, "Where's my job?"
That's when you start saying, "I can't hear. You're breaking up."
Yeah.
I come out the airport, Gatwick, September. I've come out there, and there's a cab dropping off. So I've just got the wreck. So I'm sort of half like looking. He's seen me looking, and he's thinking, "Oh, he needs a cab, this bloke." And he sort of dropped off, and he undone him and went, "Hey mate, you're after a cab?" I said, No, I've got away. I went, all right, worth a try. He's trying to get one back in.
Yeah.
It's good to see people do it and do it well and pair up and how you know if someone thinking of doing it and all that, that's the idea.
Let's
Isn't it?
say
They
that-
can
that's it.
listen to you and
Dave, what's the top elements? I mean, for me, I think it's the fact that you paired up and the fact that you didn't muck about on that. What's the top elements that you did that you think were the major factors of the speed that you did it at?
Consistency,
Just
the massive
discipline.
part of
self
it. Yeah.
self-discipline, I think, is the hardest thing to knowledge. I think
Yeah.
like the actual process itself is is doable, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
of
the
course,
self-discipline
Yeah.
is the hardest thing. I think.
That was probably the best thing that I'd done was
Meet Jack.
meet Jack.
Yeah. So the partner factor
Mm.
is huge
And he said that's the best thing that he's ever done
Yeah.
was meet me.
Ever happened to me?
Yeah.
in your life.
Ever happened to me.
that's not that type of podcast, is it?
And cut.
I had a bloke,
yes.
the bloke who bought my bike. He said to me, "Oh, it's good." When he came onto the bike, I was talking to him for a while, and he said to me, "I'm glad you spoke to me." He said that I watched a podcast. He's doing it your way. So I watched a podcast. Some bloke said it took him 10 years. He said he like fricked the life out of him.
There were the 2 guys who've done it 10 years, which is the opposite of what used to are. And they were both really, really lovely guys. And it's just the fact, and they admit it, there wasn't the routine at the beginning. There was the complacency. There's the standard they don't
You've got
reach.
some kind of mentality to stick at that for that long.
definitely,
If I'd have done it, D, I'd have just gone,
I think they're bouncing for it, and you've got. We've said this recently. You've got to get up on the right foot.
Yeah.
Clear the decks, like you said, get the family on the board.
Yeah.
All those kinds of things. You go out and do all those things. Get yourself set up. Get your routine. What you're going to do. Work, not work, part time, whatever it is, and stick to it.
Yeah, just do
And
it.
stick to what you're doing and follow the system.
Yeah.
Surrender yourself to the knowledge.
It got under your
and
skin,
you will
didn't it?
fall out the other end.
That's what you have to,
Yeah.
It has to become an obsession, doesn't it? Not
Yeah.
just a hobby or like it has to be an obsession
Yeah.
every day.
And then you get
Almost like I'd be embarrassed to keep going up there and getting D's.
Mm.
It would hurt like pride.
Yeah.
Like some people come back and they're laughing and joking about it.
We took it
But what if
personally, didn't we?
what if you did the work, all the work that you did? Because there is a reason you didn't get all those D's. But if you got all the work that you done and you still went up there and always were getting D's, it would seem demoralising. And I think psychologically, there are these group of people who think they're doing the same work as you are. They're not. They're not in the same league, and that's their demoralising thing, is that they think that they were doing enough, and they don't realise nowhere near it.
It shines through.
Yeah.
It will shine through that there's someone who's putting the work in
Yeah.
and someone who's
Well,
not. And it shines through.
Someone said to me, you go and examine and you've got 15 people sitting in front of you every day, and you've got 1 or 2 that are doing it in that way, and then you've got 13 that are sort of plodding through. Them 2 are going to stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Really wonderful. And congratulations.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
the job. Enjoy the job, Ross. And brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.